Doing the most with Scarlet and Mitchell. Dig down the door.
I never get tired of it.
The wild and absurd. Saying what you're thinking, no filter, just words.
I never get tired of it.
I know. I was actually kind of singing along the other day, like kind of
You were singing along today.
Yeah.
I heard
it.
it.
Laugh a little louder, spill a little tea from big dreams to grocery store scenes.
Yeah, we are back. Episode 16.
17?
No. Sweet 16, I thought.
Okay.
Oh, is it 17?
I don't know.
Oh.
I changed the number. It could be wrong.
I think it's 16.
Okay, that's fine.
Listen, let's do this. Let's just
do it. I don't care what number it is.
Oh, okay. Spill a little tea. Drink a. This is okay. Scarlet and Mitchell doing the most. Our podcast. I think it's episode 16. Neither one of us could pull up the stupid, website and look. That's okay.
I can pull it up.
For those who are playing along at home, this is a podcast, and we're both nurses. We got a lot going on, or do we? And it's really. When you want to, why are you listening to this? Because you want to feel better about your own life. That's really what I tell people. Are you worried about how messy your life is and how things stink? Go listen to our podcast and you'll realize, your life's wonderful. Not that ours is so bad. Now that sounds a little bit mean.
It's 16, sorry.
Yeah, okay, episode 16. Sweet 16, yo! Feels like, people have it, now I feel like I'm digging a hole about people have it worse off than us. What I'm saying is, we got a lot of stuff. Sometimes we're doing the most. Sometimes we're not. Today was kind of I called out sick because I needed one more day of not working because I don't like working. And now all I'm worried about is my camera set up here. So how are you doing? How are you today, lovely wife?
I have had zero energy.
Do you think? And you think it's the weather? Because
I don't know. I think it's a lot of things.
It's. Okay.
I'm not going to get all spiritual, metaphysical.
Put a pin
here.
in that.
But the cloudiness, the dreariness, it doesn't help.
We'll unpack that later, as they like to say. Yeah. I mean, but I thought you loved this kind of weather. It's not raining. It's kind of.
I do, but I was telling you earlier, you make me feel guilty for being lazy.
Well, okay.
I don't think you do it intentionally. It's probably something that I put on myself. But
maybe
you'll just be like, "Oh, you're laying in bed again?
Well,
you're still on the couch?" Yeah, I am.
So, this is interesting because sometimes I wonder, is this somewhere deep down? Maybe is it like I'm doing that thing where it's like I really want to be this lazy, but I don't want to. I have to put up this exterior of like I'm gonna go get her, like and like
yeah, you are.
But
you don't know how to just like not do something, which is, I feel that kind of makes me a little sad for you, I guess.
Wait, you know what's funny?
I don't know if that's your ADHD or...
This is unplanned. Oh, I have this thing, I call it journal. Yeah. This is unplanned, unsketched. Wait, unrehearsed.
Wait, you call your journal what?
Journal.
Okay.
But here's how it works. It literally says, why do I do this? Start a new journal somewhere. The scattered and smattered approach to writing stuff down. Then I go through the mental gymnastics of trying to analyze, why am I doing this? What in me feels like I need to record a moment or a feeling or a thought? Do I want others to know one day, as if they will have access to the deep recesses of my digital life or even care? And then then I talk about my episodes lately. Don't worry about that, folks. If you haven't listened, I don't know if we've gone into all my quote episodes. Sorry.
I don't think we have.
But
it's okay.
Actually, probably make me cry if I read too much of this.
Okay.
However, I do use some so the last two little segments of this entry, and the reason I have paper entries, I have started journals all over the place.
I know. I don't.
And why? Like, you know what I mean? Do you ever wonder, like, but is there some deep down need to feel we are heard or that you want someone to discover it or not? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a strange thing. Journaling, I know, like diary kind of thing, and maybe I don't want to blur the lines. You're Lewis and Clark, you're writing it for history. You're writing your own, like, secret, my dear diary. Like, is it therapeutic?
I think it has to do with, I think you're onto something. I think it's the same reason that you chew your skin, because you have so much that you're keeping in It has to, that energy has to come out in some ways. And for some people, that's nail biting, skin chewing for you
Okay.
around your fingers. You want to show people your thumbs?
Well, they're not bad. Like my worst finger right now might be this one. I don't know if that's.
Or,
Oh.
you know, people have.
That's interesting. Well,
So I
here's
think
what
you
I
need
have.
to express yourself in these ways because
But it's
you're
stupid.
afraid to just tell people how you feel because you're such a people pleaser. And you don't want to
This-
disappoint them by telling them, me, our kids, your son, your other kids, like how you're really feeling about certain things. Am I anywhere close?
Yeah, but like, I have. Well, record scratch. I have, like, I often talk about, we all have what I like to call your secret world inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that, like,
It's not the symbol. It is a car going
oh,
or
okay, I
something.
thought, the secret world inside where you have, like, your secret life. And I don't mean secret like, you know, I'm a serial killer.
No. I get
like,
you. It's
where-
those thoughts you have where
And
you're
it's
like,
like-
if people were in my head and knew the thoughts that I was having, they would think I'm the worst person.
Right. Or,
I live in that world.
oh, yeah. Or in my case with my episodes, I think that I might be actually crazy. Like, I have fears that I'm going to be committed to an institution. We're not going there today. My last little line, though, I wrote here, or my last little thing says ADHD. Maybe this is true. I sort of hate how distracted I become while trying to do something and how it just takes away from my focus and my ability to complete. Like even now, I want to look at something else. And then I didn't keep writing because I was distracted. But I actually, so, you know,
I'm not laughing. I'm
no, we can't.
probably because I walked in or something, or Max came
No.
in and you, I don't know.
I think it was just some other thing popped in my head. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to do this. Like,
Yeah.
so here's what I'm saying. One, dear the listeners, I am not I'm not diagnosed with ADHD. Which okay, well, hold on. Which is not to say I am one, I don't want to throw that term around and offend anyone because I'm a people pleaser. But I also like am willing to entertain the thought, man, I hear the little low level
Yeah.
noise and it bothers me. I'm willing to entertain the thought that maybe I do have this. And what I once thought was sort of a superpower, right? Like, ooh, this makes me, I can like hyper focus on stuff and get her done and be creative. And now it's become like a super liability. And I kind of, it's distressing to live my life in 7,000 directions at once. There. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was because you mentioned something. Sorry. And I'm distracted by some sound in my headphones.
It's in my headphones too. Does that mean it's going to be in the recording?
Could be, everybody. Just more work for me to try to get the crap out of the. But now it's gone. Are you wearing some sort of digital something? It doesn't really
No.
matter. Okay, listeners, hang on tight. So, anyways, we were talking. We actually have show notes, episode 16.
Well, this is a great segue,
Okay.
actually, into what I want to talk about.
Okay. I'm all ears. Literally, because I can't stop listening.
The movie that we've been watching on repeat.
Oh, dear. K-pop? Demon Hunters?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's lots of extra sounds, folks. We live in
What is
suburban.
that?
I don't know. I don't have to edit any of this. Just move on, folks.
Oh my gosh.
If you hear something in the background, folks, it is just us being us. So K-pop Demon Hunters, I put that on the list. But mine was under movies and shows we're watching.
Okay.
And you're
Well,
saying,
Yes, but I don't. Okay, sure. Let's talk about it as if we're talking about a movie.
okay. And
Well,
I put it on here. I was like, where did this come from? Like in this sense, like I'd seen it kind of on Netflix and I'd seen it peripherally. It'd been in my periphery.
yeah, like it was
okay.
popping up
Yeah,
on
sure,
Max's.
Yeah. So
am I hearing?
it's people outside. I'm sorry.
Oh, the window's open.
No, I shut the window. It's just loud people outside. You better send. She just sent a text thinking it was my 16-year-old son being noisy. So now you just better tell them, can you go yell at the people outside to shut up? I'm sorry for that language. So, okay. And
Well, I'm texting that.
I can see it on the screen what you're writing.
I know. I almost it almost autocorrected
dear.
to shit up.
He was. This is already a mess. Okay.
Okay.
12:20. I got to edit. Okay. K-pop team, because I can see it on the video screens. By the way, is my head in focus?
Yeah.
With green or red or whatever.
Yeah.
Blue. Okay. So I'd seen it in the periphery. And I was like, yeah, wow. And then, like, I don't know, it just keeps popping up. And the name for me, K-pop Demon Hunters, it just sounded like, I thought it was just kind of like a Barbie.
Well, and it's animated.
Yeah, just kind of like, I wrote it off. And then I don't know how you got me to watch it, or I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I was just like drawn to it. So one day with Max, I was like, hey, I want to watch this. I thought it was a show, like a series.
Right.
I was like, hey, Max, I want to watch this K-pop Demon Hunters. And, you know, him being 4 and his attention span being
Like mine.
that of a 4-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So distracted.
Stay with me.
I know. So we probably watched like 15 minutes of it. And I was probably watching it while doing something on my phone. Probably wasn't really even watching it.
Right.
And then I don't know why I started seeing like stuff pop up on my social media about it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give this another go. And I am not like an animated movie person. That's just
Right.
like not I'm barely a movie person.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So but I want to be. It's just me sitting still for that long.
Right.
Which is weird because you, Mr. ADHD, have the capacity to sit still for
A 3.5 hour movie. Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
That's what put a
So-
bit in that. We'll unpack that later.
Okay. So anyways, I watched it with him and I was immediately hooked.
Because of the songs?
Well, I think at first it was the songs. Yeah. But then it was like that thing where first is the music that catches you.
Right.
And then you start listening to the words of the songs.
Right.
And then the songs are like stuck in your head because they have narcotics or something that you...
Yeah. Some level of crack is embedded in there.
Yeah.
It's called an earworm, I think, but okay.
And yeah, I've just been... To me, it was one of those movies where it was a little bit mind-altering for me.
And then you even cried during that one song.
Yeah.
When you see it, for some
Yeah.
reason. Because,
Yeah.
by the way,
I want to talk about that song in a minute.
okay, if nobody, I just want to quick, not a plug, but if you're not heard of K-pop Demon Hunters, it's a Netflix movie. And and they all sell it to you as brought to you by the same people that brought you Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse or the multiverse Spider-Man, right? I mean, that's how that's how I'm just telling people, if you haven't heard of it, I don't know if we're doing any spoiler alerts, because I don't know if there can really be a spoiler in this movie, because it's
totally kid-friendly.
It's not a reveal,
Like, people are like,
per
oh,
se.
demons. I'm like, no, the demons are like cute.
Right. Well, and then I think what I enjoy about it is that we were talking about, it's like, is metaphor the right word I'm looking for, or it's like symbolic, the demons within us and some of that, which is why it's like, oh, it's for the first time, like, I like a lot of Pixar movies because I feel Pixar is written smartly for adults and kids. There's plenty of humor and there's plenty of layers in a Pixar movie. That's why I like Pixar, because I feel like, oh, they put enough that adults can enjoy it with their kids. And there's other studios that do that. This one is enjoyable as an adult, but for me, it's not because they put adult humor, and that sounds wrong. You know what I mean? Like, there's references in Toy Story that only adults get, that kids don't.
Yeah.
It's not because of that, but because of the second layer, to me, of meaning of the
Yeah.
demons within us. Like, this kind of like, oh, I think I enjoyed it for that reason, and Max will never understand that till he gets older.
Well, yeah, he will at some point. But, it's one of those things where as kids, like, one of my favorite movies growing up was The Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't understand. I was just like, oh, it's a cute movie. What even goes through your mind as a child when you're watching a movie,
I don't know.
I guess you're just watching the animation. It's just purely for entertainment.
Right.
But then the other day, a scene popped up, and it's the scene where she takes was his name Copper? Well, I forget the fox's name, but she's raised this fox into an adult, and she's taking him back out into the woods to set him free. And I can't even talk about it.
Oh.
Like, and he's confused by it. He's like, "Why are you leaving me?"
Oh.
And
I don't want to tell you this. I've never seen the movie. I'm familiar.
well, don't watch it as an adult because it'll just destroy you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, and I'm guilty, or is it my parents? I grew up partly in Europe, and we didn't have access to American stuff.
I think we were going to talk about anytime things get emotional, you just make a joke about it. But
It's true. No, that is true. So I haven't seen Fox and the Hound. I haven't seen Lady and the Tramp. I just know the scene with the meatball and spaghetti like that.
I never really watched
Aristocats. I may have seen some of that. So I don't know if it was my childhood. I read a lot of books. Anyways, you're saying, do you think as an adult it would be as good or better? Fox and the Hound.
Better.
Because, and I'm just going to use a different movie. There's a movie called The Dark Crystal. And this is Jim Henson and it's Muppets. And when I was, this probably came out, I'm going to say 85, 86. I'm just throwing that out there, somewhere in there. And I cherished that movie. And we had it on VHS tape. And I watched it over and over and over. And then once as an adult, I was like, hey, it was on something. I was like, The Dark Crystal. I was like, I'm going to watch this show. And I was like bored to tears. I was like... I was watching it and I was like, how as a child did this hold my attention? This is the longest movie I've ever seen. And it could have been my mood at the moment. But I just remember being like, I remember having that moment going like, I cherish this as a kid and I can respect that. But like, it's not keeping me here as an adult. All I kept waiting for was the scenes that I loved as a kid, and that felt like there were hours between those scenes. That's why I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch this not Lady and the Tramp, Fox and the Hound. Or both of them.
Only if you want your soul destroyed.
I am going to do a Disney canine weekend. I'll watch Fox and the Hound, Lady and the Tramp, and then 101 Dalmatians.
I don't know if Fox and the Hound's Disney. It probably is. Yeah, the animation's pretty Disney. Yeah.
I just feel like it's back in that era.
So anyways, K-pop demon.
Right, okay. Oh, you're going to go over the lyrics on this segment.
Okay. So the song is called What It Sounds Like. Mm-hmm. And then I want to give my, notes on, how it's relevant to life or today. Nothing but the truth now. Nothing but the proof of what I am. The worst of what I came from. Patterns that I'm ashamed of. Things that even...
You got this.
Oh my God. I've never cried during one of these. This is so...
Oh, that's usually my job. I'm sorry, everybody. Today's part of crying will be taken by you.
The worst of what I came from. Patterns I'm ashamed of. Things that even I don't understand. I tried to fix it. I tried to fight it. My head was twisted. My heart divided. My lies all collided. I don't know why I didn't trust you to be on my... Help me.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't trust you to be on my side. I broke into a million pieces and I can't go back. But now I'm seeing all the beauty in the broken glass. The scars are part of me, darkness and harmony. My voice without the lies, this is what it sounds like. Okay. Now, there's more to this, everyone. I'm going to let you have a moment because you're making me cry. Was this on your agenda?
No.
Okay. Well, okay. Do you want me? I can keep reading, right? But I thought I'm just trying not to break out in song. And then why did I cover up the colors stuck inside my head? I should have let the jagged edges meet the light instead. Show me what's underneath. I'll find your harmony. The song we couldn't write. This is what it sounds like. Okay. Next verse.
Yeah.
Unless you want me to hold on.
This is where it gets a little more.
Right. We're shattering the silence. We're rising, defiant, shouting in the quiet. You're not alone. We listen to the demons. We let them get between us. But none of us are out here on our own. So we were cowards. So we were liars. So we're not heroes. We're still survivors. The dreamers, the fighters, no lying. I'm tired. But dive in the fire, and I'll be right here by your side. Now,
Okay, you can stop.
well, I was just going to say, too, for those who've not seen it, there's three people, three of the the K-pop gals, the three singers, the three main people. This is the song that they're singing. So there's kind of each a part right here.
So, if I can pull my thoughts together now.
And why it resonated with you.
Am I even going to get through this episode?
Okay. Well. And that's
Well,
how
we can look at demons as traumas
right.
that have shaped who we are, whether it be abuse by a parent, by a partner, and how that has shaped who we are today. But I think what feels even more relevant to me is the part where it's saying, we listen to the demons, we let them get between us, but none of us are out here on our own. And I think of like the political climate. Not just, and that's not even where it starts. It starts with indoctrination. At such a young age, I grew up in church.
Right.
You grew up in church. We are taught from young ages to, you were born in this country. This country is the most important country in the world. You were born a white person. The color of your skin makes you the most special person in the world.
Right.
And then that's validated in school. Like, you have the Pledge of Allegiance. You're pledging allegiance to a piece of cloth. And I'm sorry, I'm going to get, like, really real here as far as, like, how I feel.
Okay.
Because, and then you go to church and the same thing. And then even more, like, things are what I considered man-made ideas. Like, everything is man-made. Borders are man-made. Beliefs are man-made. Like, if you can just look at it that way and zoom out from, like, where you are and just realize, like, touch someone who is not of your skin color and they're still human and they are here on this earth having a human experience just like you are. And we are taught at such a young age from birth. Like, we are taught that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I'm at a loss of words because to me, like, everyone knows what I want to say. It's so crystal clear, and I'm trying not to, like, I'm tiptoeing because this is not a political podcast, but
right.
Guess what? I'm tired of labels. I'm tired of, like, you're red, you're blue, you're liberal, you're conservative. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all made up.
Right.
And, like, so maybe I lean blue, but, like, I'm tired of being labeled that because ultimately at the end of the day, I just care about humans.
Right.
I just care about humanity, and I care about the horrible things that are happening and the people that other people are listening to saying that it's okay to do those things.
Right.
And that some days I wake up and it feels so heavy, it's hard to get out of bed. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're just like, I can't believe I have to live another day in this. And I kind of feel like I've been lied to my whole life about, like, the things that are coming out now. I feel like I've been lied to my whole life. Like our political system is just a joke and it's just a bunch of pedophiles. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, you know? Like,
I mean, Which gives a little
And they're-
resonance to Bo Burnham's lyrics, by the way.
Totally.
I mean,
like
truth, brother.
like a prophet of our time. Like, for God's sakes, go listen to Inside Bo Burnham. Like,
Yeah.
like him and I were both born in 1990. We're both millennials, you know. But like, he is so right. It is about top versus bottom. It is about wealthy people trying to crush our spirits, and it's working. We're letting it work. And all the time that it's actually happening, they're like, whoa, 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 don't be mad at the rich people. You need to be mad at Charlie Kirk. You need to be mad at, you know,
Right.
who this, like, whatever liberal. I don't even listen to the liberal podcasters. That's not my MO, you know. And then that terrible thing happened yesterday, and while I don't, and they don't even know who did it, and they were already pointing fingers.
Right.
You don't even, that's absurd. That is absurd that you were already pointing fingers, like, and causing more violence
Right.
before you don't even have the facts, you know? So, yes, to me, this song, all of this, it goes from like the beginning of time, from like religious indoctrination, cultural indoctrination, and yes, culture is important. I'm white. We borrow people's culture, okay? Like, white people, we don't got our own culture. We're out here borrowing people's culture because we are such cultureless, boring people.
Okay. But
so, okay.
no, so we, and this is what's funny, right? So I don't want to have to defend the fact that I'm a white male, but sometimes but that's my only point of view. I mean, I try to see things from other points of view. I'm not saying that I'm just saying, like, but my only experience is lived as a American white male.
But you are also an empath, and you were
Right.
able to put yourself in the shoes of a,
right. Well,
you know, a Palestinian who is starving and whose daughter and son are starving because they are unable to feed their children, whose cats are starving, which also makes me cry. Like, it all makes me cry.
Right. Well, no. So I guess what I'm saying is I never want anyone to presume anything, but so it's back to the song, because there's this, that we listen to the demons, we let them get between us. Right. But none of us are. We talked about this once. I'm laughing because I always used to say this is an apolitical show. And it still is.
I'm an
Because-
apolitical person.
Well,
I just care
no,
about humans.
But no, I'm not denying that. I'm saying
And
we used to
animals.
talk about how sometimes it feels like the real goal of the media and politicians, so now I'm being political-ish, is like we used to kind of talk like their real goal is to make sure that the bottom 95% of us fight amongst
each other.
ourselves. Fight amongst
100%.
ourselves.
And
That-
we let it happen.
We-
Every day we wake up and we turn on whatever is your
Right.
news source, and we just let the indoctrination continue to happen.
Right.
You know? Like,
Oh, it's hard to escape. I mean, and it's funny. So we work in a hospital, and we often talk about sometimes you will develop a relationship with a patient, a professional relationship, and then they'll turn on a news channel, and suddenly it's funny how you're like, oh, this news channel, right? But right, and sometimes it,
because I automatically go to like,
Right.
you're a hateful person.
Right.
I just was.
Well, what I'm getting at, though, is just one of the great patients recently that I had. Wonderful guy. The guy that was like, oh, I'll get you some oxy. And I was like, oh, I was flattered, remember? He turned on a news station that I disagreed with. But for the first time, I was like, you know what? How do I know that might be his news source? It might be him watching to make fun of. I have no idea. But I set it aside, and I was just kind of like, which I should do that all the time, right?
Well, we do. We don't have.
Sometimes we work with people
Yeah.
who are, as humans, not as politicians, but as humans, are kind of crummy people. And it could be because where they're at in life. And I give them that. Like I always tell people, you're not in the hospital on your best day. You didn't roll in here because you were feeling fantastic. You are here because you're
Right.
getting
Yeah.
a transplant. Your life's decisions, which for whatever reason, have led you here. And sometimes I'm not saying a high horse. Sometimes you get, how as nurses, you get frustrated. You're like, man, well, you're here because you made XYZ choices. But I don't know what demons they had. I don't know. I didn't walk a mile in their shoes. I don't know what traumas led them to take up the habits that eventually led them into whatever it is, heart failure. And now they're a mean person. But don't want to be presumptuous, but sometimes that happens. But you're talking about kind of this concept of the demons, which can be lots of things, but how they've come between us. And that is frustrating because at the end of the day, we're just all humans here, but somehow... It's so strange.
We let them come between us. We
energized people, and I get energized about things. I
got energized about this, but ultimately I'm like, I just want to fight. I just want everybody to get along. I truly.
Oh, you're joining my side.
I know you're like, do you live in this house? I'm like, I do. Listen, I understand the hypocrisy of what I'm saying, but also
No, it's okay. I'm glad that this song struck a chord in you, or at least 3-part harmony. This is what it sounds like. Sorry. See, that's me. That's me making jokes too. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Well, okay. This is interesting. Since we're in this space, everybody. It's interesting because when tragedy strikes, we all. Frequently in those communities, people can set aside a lot of the garbage for those moments. And it's so unfortunate. I am always like, it's like bittersweet. It's like great that people, we were watching the Katrina. It's great that people didn't care what side of whatever aisle, whatever color. It was about saving humans.
It was about community.
And then when the tragedy dies down and things die down, people forget about it. And I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of weird that we need why is our safety to fall back on hatred? Why is that our safety? Right. Well, I don't know. And why is that that's a terrible comfort zone to be in, but that seems to be
But that's the
default.
pattern of trauma. Right? That is the pattern of trauma is you grow up and you're like, oh, I am going to go back to that person that abused me because that's weirdly my safe place.
Right.
That's all I know all I knew for so long.
Yeah. Well, okay. So how do you affect change? How does one affect change?
Be a light worker.
Does that
as the spiritual community would call it. Just
frustrating?
Just trying to have a human moment with a person. Like Sydney was telling me the other day, she went to Trader Joe's. Sydney is a gal I work with. And the lady was checking her out and she was like, tell me something good that happened to you today. And Sydney was like totally caught off guard. But she was like, it was my daughter's first day of kindergarten. And then the lady was like, oh, that's so awesome. I have, she went on about her kids. And then Sydney goes, well, tell me something good that happened to you today. And the lady was just so caught off guard because she had been asking people these questions,
right?
Trying to have a human moment with them. But it was clear that nobody had been asking her the same question. And so she gave her little spiel about whatever. And it was just like, Sydney was like, and just that moment was such a light in my day. And it really was kind of like a pivotal point. And the rest of my day was just like such a good day with my kids. And you can just be a light worker. Well, like one of those people, like her.
Yeah. Brought to you by Trader Joe's. Sorry. Well, no, it's a share, and that was a shared experience. That's what's interesting. Like sharing with a stranger. It was like uplifting moment.
Why is it so weird to have these moments with strangers anymore? Because it seems like the moment, and I'm guilty of this, the moment that we are on the elevator with a stranger, we're like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're afraid. It's almost like we're afraid of that interaction with people.
Speaking of elevators, my brother who's no longer with us, he used to like to, he was very interesting, but he would always make comments like, why does everyone get on the elevator and immediately they just turn around and they face the door? Like everyone faces just the same direction, and it's kind of funny. So when he'd get out of the elevator, he would just face the back and just stand. And so I do that sometimes when it's a full elevator. I just stand, and it's just funny how some people kind of get uncomfortable, or other people are like, they're trying to look past the fact that you're just looking at everyone in a captive audience. But is that funny? Like, we just, it is kind of, the phone thing is kind of interesting. I mean, our culture and being caught up in the phones so much. Like
I grew up in the South, which can be an ugly place, but like I would say my town was the friendliest town in America.
Oh, but it's not the deep South.
Mayberry, aka Mount Airy, North Carolina. But it wasn't uncommon for my dad to be driving down the road and him just, and it's a country road, and you see somebody that drives by and you just throw up your hand and wave, and they wave back.
Oh.
Complete stranger,
Right.
That wasn't like an uncommon
thing. Be driving
thing.
down the road reading the paper. the
No,
phone,
my dad ain't reading no paper.
The phone of yesteryear.
The only thing he's ever read is the Holy Bible. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, there's something. So it's kind of interesting. Small town America, some of that kind of vibe of like.
Or like walking past somebody on the street and being like, hey, how you doing? You do that. You'll be like, hey, howdy. And I'll just be like.
You hate it when we're in a line anywhere.
I don't want to. I mean, I think that's the introverted part of me, but I can at least like look up and smile at somebody. Maybe just a simple little smile and nod will turn around somebody's day.
Yeah, I try to do that. Well, remember, now this is so stupid, but when I went to nursing school, I only had one goal for myself. They'd always be like, what is your goals or whatever. I only had
get
one.
A new wife.
Yeah. Wow.
Cut that
Ouch. 38, 26. Oh, okay. 2 goals. When I became a nurse, I was like, I only had one goal, and that was to make one person smile once a day. That was it. That was like my bar. Like if I can get one smile out of somebody, that was all I needed. So and I've maintained that. Like if I have a grumpy patient and I can get them to smile, and I'll be like, I got that smile, and they don't know what I'm talking about, but I always laugh because I'm like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm good that way. I feel like I get good smiles and laughs out of people who are often like, oh, he's a real jerk and he XYZ, and I like to just kind of work my magic, if you will, with a patient, which is, I like that. So it's interesting. I always ask, are you from the Pacific Northwest? Do you have any cats or dogs? What do you like to do when you're not here at the hospital? Like I always try to find out a little bit about people. And that's usually why if they come back a year later, I'm like, oh, hey, XYZ, how's so-and-so? You still have the dogs, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, wow, you remember that? I was like, yeah, because like those facts to me I always think more, I'm not being Patch Adams, but it's like, you're not just, chronic kidney disease, type 2 diabetes, congestive heart failure, chronic. You're not all these things. You're also a human who has a history, and you might be a jerk.
And
but
you're probably in the hospital in a scary, vulnerable position right now.
So I think, and like I said, so the solution, it sounds, this is a woo woo. Like you start within yourself and your house and in your work, but like, how do you instill this into your child? How do you make sure he is our child? I mean, like, he is not, quote, indoctrinated or, because we've talked, remember, we have a whole episode.
You had him going to Sunday school a few Sundays, and I was like, I don't know about this.
You remember we did have an episode called Church Without the Church or something.
Yeah.
We tried to sell that idea, which I'm still behind, right?
Yeah.
Which is a place you go to meet and have community without religion. Mm-hmm. Also, I guess that's maybe the mall. I don't know.
No. I know what you mean.
You're pretty passionate about this, though, and we were talking about how, like, but are you gonna go? So do you ebb and flow? Are there days though when you're still like, back to the politics? So some days at work, I told you, like, some days I don't pay attention to any news. And I just, because I'm burnt out, I'm like, I've given up hope. I mean, which sounds sad, but I'm like, I've given up hope for our United States political system. Sorry, folks. Some days I'm just like, this ain't, I don't know what to do. So what I've done often though is I'll just search for like a cat pictures or something. And there's actually a Good News Network you can go, and it's just like good stories. Like, it's kind of interesting how the news is frequently just, I mean, normal news, a lot of not garbage. It's just a lot of stuff that makes you feel tragic. You know, it's another school shooting, another weird murder, another this, another that.
Another bombing in, you know.
Versus, something which is like, oh, woman gives birth on airplane to twins delivered by, you know, I don't know. That's a really silly example, but I'm saying like things that make you feel like, hey, humanity came together in that moment and they were all able to set aside their differences for whatever it was. And why can't we do that more often? And why is our comfort space back to living our traumas, letting the demons come between us. Anyway, well, K-pop demon hunters.
Yeah, thank you for letting me share that.
Okay, well, I mean, it makes everything else I have to talk about pretty lame. No.
This is a great segue into washcloths.
I was literally just thinking about washcloths.
I know, so we're on the same wavelength right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was, so I traveled across America. Well, halfway. I traveled to Minnesota. We talked about it on episode, 17? No, 15.
15.
And before I left, I was like, we probably talked, I like to use the little artificial loofah, the little fake sponge, a shower thing, right?
It's a loofah, yeah.
It's a loofah. I like to use that. I've used that for a long, long time. We maybe even talk about that. But I was like, I'm just going to make it across America. I'll use the washcloths in the hotel rooms. I'll be fine. Totally fine. This is not an issue. That first hotel, I was with this washcloth and a little miniature bar of soap, and I'm like rubbing them together. Oh, yeah. And I literally had the moment like, why didn't I just bring a loofah? This is the dumbest thing. Like, then like nothing's lathering, and I got this wet washcloth. It's heavy, and I'm just kind of dragging it across my body. At some point, I'm using it like kind of like not a squeegee, but I'm just dragging it.
If anybody can tell us how to use a washcloth, because we are a loofah family. Yeah. I've been using a loofah since like high school.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know how it's like. Do I ball it up and then it's just like, but it's still not. It's not giving me good feedback with foam unless you like really work it in there. But then I just have like a piece of cloth filled with soapy. I was just kind of like regretting a lot of things, and ultimately I was like, I don't even know if I feel really clean when I get out of the shower. I mean, maybe the only thing is I take the whole thing and I kind of throw it on my back and I just slide it up. But I'm like, I don't know if it's really exfoliating, really doing much here.
Yeah.
A washcloth, what? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So my family is a washcloth family.
Are they a washcloth family or?
Yeah.
In the South?
Maybe not my mom, because I think she brings a loofah. But like when I go visit my dad, or when my brother comes to visit, like washcloths will pile up in the shower because they use one washcloth per shower. Yeah. And that's how my childhood was. Is like, I would sometimes shower. For some reason, I think my shower was broken, so I was using my parents' shower. They had better water pressure or something. Right. And so I would get in their shower, and there would be in the corner just a pile of used washcloths. Oh. So
this is not just a brother thing. This is a
family thing.
Oof. Sorry. I mean,
until somebody got around to doing the towels.
Just a pile of washcloths. Just interesting.
Just like marinating there.
I mean, because let's say I was a washcloth user, I would probably like wring it out, throw it somewhere to hang, even if I'm just going to get a new one.
Well, no, we don't use a washcloth for Max. We use it like for his face.
I use it mainly because,
nothing else. And we have a loofah for him.
Yeah.
And then we wring it out, put it up. We'll
dry.
use it for a few days because we're just using it in clean water on his face.
Right. So, I mean, that's with him, he gets the washcloth. Yeah. And it's mainly because I feel like I don't need a lot of soap in it, just some warm water, gentle on his face. He's not washing his face because I don't use a loofah on my face either, or a washcloth. I use my hands and a little thing. So I would probably have a different approach if I were a washcloth person, but I'm I don't know.
I don't think you even know how to use. I don't know how to use one.
It just. I mean,
I thought they were for like cleaning stuff.
it's like it's just a kitchen rag.
Well, I know you're like cleaning your body. Okay, no, but like for cleaning stuff. Like
I'm gonna clean the shower.
your mom gave us a bunch of washcloths when we moved in because we were deep cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
And they smell like mothballs. I still don't.
Oh, that's on my list too. Do you see that? It's right under washcloths.
I know.
Mothballs.
Like, what are they even for?
That's the question.
To make everything smell awful?
Yeah, like I don't.
And like you will die with that smell. Like whatever is in that cabinet will never not smell like that.
Yeah, like is it so? Okay, washcloths.
Do they kill the moths?
Do they keep them away? Do they kill them?
Does the smell? It keeps me away.
Yeah.
Does it keep the moths away?
How much? How much?
Where are you buying them?
And why is something we associate with old people? Right? Like, because
Where do you buy them?
I don't know.
Like, am I going to go to the laundry section at Walmart and it's going to be like, oh, here's a tub of mothballs?
Yeah. Do you?
Is it in the?
I've seen them. I know what they look. Do they get used up? Do they lose their smell or do they shrink?
Disintegrate?
Yeah. No, I'm wondering. I wonder if they like slowly.
Listen.
Which actually. And do you put a little baggie? Do you throw them in your pockets? How much clothing? Because moths, I thought, eat only natural textiles like wool.
Well,
cotton,
see, now I'm looking up
wool and
mothballs on Amazon, and they have the cedar mothballs. That's the thing that you have.
I have the cedar.
Because we weirdly have moths.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from. Probably mothballs.
Did I get some old
Those
people
washcloths
clothes?
your mom brought over did not.
They had moths in them. Mom, like, yeah, do you, yeah, well, yeah, where?
Kills moths and carpet beetles.
Okay, now I have a new concern.
Oh, these have a no clinging odor.
Oh,
Okay, this is on Amazon.
they don't work then.
They got-
because I'm just being straight up. Like, you either have a odor. Well, so my mother has mothballs somewhere in a drawer in her little utility room because that's why I take my mother. If you're listening, I'm sorry. This is true though. I take my own gloves, my own nitrile gloves to her house to do dishes and stuff because her gloves sit next to mothballs somewhere and then they smell like mothballs. The gloves.
Why are gloves sitting next to mothballs?
I don't know. I think they're stored in the same area where she must have a vat of mothballs where you scoop a new, but like, so anyways, I don't know.
These disintegrate within 2 to 3 days.
Whoa. You're going through a lot of mothballs.
So they disintegrate.
Are they
this
your
person
standard?
says they work great.
Do you put them in pockets or do you put them in a little
This person
sachet?
says end of trash can flies. Does what I need to do. Repels flies from my trash cans.
And guests from your, like.
From your house.
Yeah. Or at least from taking a tour of your closet.
Are we talking about your outdoor trash cans? Or like, I've never had a fly problem. We don't have fly problems with our trash cans.
It could be Oregon, lower fly issues. I'm just saying, like, this ain't the South. We don't have ticks and we don't.
Smell similar to toilet tabs in public restrooms or honey buckets.
True.
Not bad in my opinion.
True.
I've smelled mothballs that are way worse.
Oh.
I must have for federal cats. I'm guessing they meant to say a must have for feral cats.
No, these are federal cats, by the way. They are government owned and licensed.
Strong smell keeps cats away. Okay.
Interesting. Wait a minute.
I still don't.
Because I was thinking putting
Really,
mothballs on the countertops, but I can't deal with if it keeps not one cat.
Yeah.
One cat that will just be playing with them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If we had mothballs, if they work on cats.
So anyways, if anybody out there uses mothballs or knows someone who uses mothballs and why did they use
using
mothballs?
I mean, we're not being stupid. I understand they're getting rid of moths, but like, does it make you wonder, like a bigger question, like why do you have so many moths? I mean, we have little moth traps and they work.
Yeah, those are great.
Although I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I haven't pulled out a wool sweater that then suddenly like flew away, like in the cartoons, where it's like, ooh, and then it's all moths.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I don't. But
Or
then
like
there's
disintegrates when you hold it up because the moths have like
eaten, right? But
Yeah.
that makes me think there's probably
But
a lot
where
of.
are our moths coming from?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. But
There's a crawl space.
yeah.
There's an attic.
Yeah, but I don't know if the moths live. It's just a strange thing.
It's
that
strange,
moths,
yeah.
Do we have a bunch of clothes that are like tattered and worn out that we don't? Yeah, probably true. Don't know about, and we're gonna just pull it out and make poof. Oh, moths.
If we do, it probably should be going to Goodwill.
I
if
should
it's
look
been
at my
sitting here
wool
that long.
suits, but I don't know. Yeah, well, mothballs.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of but like, if you have a commentary or a thought or
Or
criticism,
maybe you're like, I use these in gardening. They're great. Or
you can send in an email, people, to feedback@scarletmitchell.com. You can go to YouTube at Less Cats Please and find a video, make a comment. You can go to Instagram, direct message at Less Cats Please. You can go to Blue Sky if you can find it. And you can go to X or Twitter or this anyway,
yeah.
and leave a DM or whatever. Like, those are the options. There you could,
Because maybe we're missing something.
but I would
So-
love to have somebody. Please, just send somebody. Just somebody send in an email or something. Feedback, okay, about any of this. Okay, I mean, you've had your
Yeah, I'm done.
fun. Oh, well, I mean, there's a whole list of stuff. Oh, okay, really quick then.
It was a good one, folks.
Well, hold on.
Sorry I cried.
Let's wrap it up. We're keeping it under an hour. We're doing okay there. K-pop Demon Hunter. I have on here pop culture, movies or shows we're watching. K-pop Demon Hunter, Netflix, we're watching. I just recently started Dexter Resurrection, which is on
Paramount?
Paramount Plus. Wait, not Premium Plus? I don't know. We haven't ironed that. Paramount Plus, I think, is Showtime originally. It's okay. I actually got a little sucked into it. I think Peter Dinklage is appearing in the next. I think he
Ooh.
plays a role, and I think he's appearing in one of the next episodes.
I loved the original Dexter
So me too.
up until the last couple seasons.
Yeah. And I never finished that, but I was okay with what I got out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I walked
Yeah.
away going, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching it today, and I felt kind of crummy, thinking like, I'm watching a show about a person who's a serial killer, and I don't know, should I feel good about myself? I was kind of torn about how should I feel, but then I was even getting a little anxious about things. I was getting a little like, ugh, like struggling, and then I'm like, it's just a show. It's just a show. Anyways, what else? The Paper. I have that on my just started The Paper. And real quick, tell people what it is if you're not sure.
Oh,
Where,
it's
what,
not,
and where?
It's not a spinoff of The Office, but it is Office. It's Greg Daniels does this one, and it has one character from The Office, but it is not meant to be any relation to The Office. This is his own show. So I don't even I don't even know. Maybe they were trying to attract an audience by using The Office as
Because it's in Scranton.
It's in Toledo.
Oh, is it?
Toledo Truth Teller.
That's right. But they got there is just a minor connection.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think any of the characters are really strong.
Yet. Okay.
Because The Office also had a bunch of unknown characters and their characters' stories develop. So maybe the character stories need to develop, and I need to give it more time. But I only watched 2 episodes. The first episode, I did not laugh once.
Ooh.
Which kind of had me like,
It was a little clunky.
It didn't make me laugh at all. The second episode, I was like, okay, yeah, that was cute. This is funny.
I feel like if you watch the first season of The Office, it's actually also a little bit there's some cringy stuff because Michael's character is isn't he a little bit like of a womanizer? In the very first season, I feel like people often on The Office say, skip the first season. They're like, go to the second season.
Yeah.
I feel like people say that
it's
probably
not
because
something you need to watch. But yeah, it was definitely the first season. It was finding his bearings and
but we could be there.
Steve Carell hair plugs or hair transplant rather.
Whatever it is. So
now he's a sexy fox.
Right,
okay?
right. So I think
whatever you did, it worked, Steve. Okay.
So I think that's fair to say this is finding its legs, if you will.
Yeah.
And I like Domhnall Gleeson, Brendan
Yeah.
Gleeson's son, at least, and some of his other stuff. So I fell asleep during the other ones because I was tired, but that's on the list. So The Paper.
Yeah.
And did they drop all episodes, or is it kind of...
They dropped the first 5 episodes,
Okay.
and I watched 2 all the way through and then kind of dozed off on the third one. So
Okay.
I got to circle back to it.
And then I have not started, but here's one that I'm throwing out there because it was recommended by someone we both enjoy, which is it Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Mm-hmm. because that was what John Oliver recommended.
You would watch reality with me just for that?
He seemed to think it's the greatest thing right now since sliced bread.
Yeah.
He really was, and I like John Oliver.
And he says you have to start with season 1
so
because of all the crime that happens.
Oh yeah, so it might be worth giving a little go. I know it's not my normal thing.
This is so exciting.
Oh, we can report on that. So
I usually have to watch Below Deck by myself, which is fine. That's my secret guilty pleasure. So
yeah, well, hey, Below Deck's always on. Is that one still just blasting out episodes every?
Yeah, they have like all different variations. It's kind of like Real Housewives, is because they have like Below Deck Down Under. They have Below Deck Mediterranean, Below Deck the original.
So yeah, there's lots of seas, 7 oceans or something like that, continents. There's a lot they could do with that. And then they kind of in the mix, but I haven't. We started the studio, but you found it too anxiety ridden, and I enjoyed it.
That was.
Would you say
they need to tone it down a little bit?
The quality's good.
The quality is great.
It's frenetic. The pacing can be a little bit.
But I'm just like, listen, everything that could possibly go wrong, you don't need to like make happen. You know what I mean?
And it's even got that like jazz, like that kind of.
It's like every other moment. It was like, I can't even explain it. It's entertaining, but for me, it was just like, why is doing the most?
Okay, there you go. We're dabbling, and we dabbled a little bit, but you were not sure, at least not for nighttime.
I'll circle back to it.
And then I started 0 Day with Robert De Niro, and I was enjoying that one. But now I'm starting to do that thing where I'm getting too many shows in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not
it's
walking
show
on the
season,
treadmill enough.
You know what? This is going to be our winter. Is like we already got it planned out. Back in the garage, you on the bike, me on the treadmill.
Watching our shows.
Yeah.
We'll knock them out, especially the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah.
I didn't start that one, did I? I thought there was one called The Mormon Wives or something that Audrey
The Real Hidden Lives of Mormon Wives or something.
Different. Okay.
Yeah. Not my thing.
I wonder if there's some crossover, though. It sounds like it could be. Okay. If you feel like you've got it mostly out of your system.
Yeah.
Because we never, possible future topics, by the way. Did you see, I have here one that just says toenails, like how to properly trim toenails. I'm going to throw that out there as a teaser.
I also saw something in there like, who are Max's toenails like? Or there was something weird like that. Like,
where Max...
Because he's got that little flapper nail.
Okay, fine.
It's so cute.
It was like the other... Have you ever seen Teen Wolf, the movie?
Oh,
with
no.
Jason Bateman? Okay.
No.
Anyways, Oh, wait a minute. My bad. That was Teen Wolf 2. I think the original Teen Wolf is Michael J. Fox.
No.
The original Teen Wolf... Well, anyways, there's a scene where the dad, who's also a werewolf, has to like... The son is going through isn't Michael J. Fox, and then he has to kind of have this. I don't remember exactly, but he's like, "Son, there's something we got to talk about." He needs to tell him about these changes and about his werewolf thing. And I feel like one day I'm gonna have to have this conversation with Max and his toenails. I'm gonna have to be like, "Son, I need to tell you something about that second toenail, which is you get that from me, and it just grows, and it's like." Almost spherical. It just grows
over the front
of the toe, and it's just like, and it will never be a normal flat toenail. It's always gonna be this weird club toenail. And with his, they're so thin. If you're not watching, it'll be like real far, and you're like, oh my goodness, and you have to like trim it back. But it's like it will never just grow out. It's always gonna be like this weird. And I have that. So, but we'll maybe put a pin in how to trim toenails next week, because next time I have no idea.
Gosh.
Like they're, anyways, okay. With that, we're going to hope that the outro music, which you like, actually works this time. So,
all right.
Until next time.
This is Doing the Most with Scarlet
and Mitchell.
Bye.
Doing the most with Scarlet and Mitchell. Dig down the door, talking life, love, the wild and absurd. Saying what you're thinking, no filter, just words. Laugh a little louder, spill a little tea, from big dreams to grocery store scenes. They're doing the most and they're bringing you in with stories that sparkle and barely begin. So plug in, unwind, follow the toast. It's Scarlet and Mitchell.